How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another little video here. As you guys know, we've been doing a good bit of camping and going out and enjoying ourselves. And one big thing about going camping is it's nice to have them cast iron skillets. So what I have here in front of me is a cast iron skillet I'd probably found in the garbage. Somebody threw it away many years ago. And I had thrown it off to the side, and I have neglected to clean it or do anything with it. So I'm going to see if I can clean this skillet up and make it reusable again. I have a lot of these skillets, these cast iron skillets, and some of them are pretty old. They've been used a good bit, but I think I'm going to try to get this one cleaned up. We're going to be going, taking a nice vacation. I'm going to have the grandkids and stuff with us, and I'm going to need a big skillet. Got to cook a lot of potatoes, so let's check his skillet out. Now, I told you this thing been sitting around a while. You can see it's got tons of grime in this thing. Just think, we're going to cook food in this thing. It's just clear full. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean just what I can out of this right now and get it cleaned up just enough we can start wire brushing it. So I'm going to get all this stuff scraped out of this thing and put in the garbage. You guys are probably saying, I'd never eat out of that thing. Yeah, we get done with it, you'll eat out of it. It's heavy. It's a big old skillet. Alright, just going to take a drill, a little wire brush on the end. We're going to clean it up with the drill and the wire brush. Yeah, that drill's working okay, but I bought this 4-inch grinder at the yard sale. Remember I told you guys I picked that thing up for 10 bucks? It don't have a safety guard. I'm not crazy about that. I've been looking for one that it's no good for a safety guard, but I think this thing will work on here a lot better and a lot faster. Let's see how this works. Woo! Lots of dust. Man, I think that's gonna work better, but I'm not gonna leave my camera on that. Lots of dust flying around here. Now we're gonna get her cleaned up quick. Well, that made quick work of that. Now I'm just gonna flip it over, but do the whole outside of it. Same way. Alright, if you guys got one of them 4-inch grinders, that's the route to go. The 4-inch grinder took her down there really fast. The only thing is, it kind of destroyed my wire brush, but that's okay. We got a clean skillet now. So, we're going to take it out there now, and we'll use an SOS pad, clean it up with an SOS pad, and then wash it up with a Dawn dish liquid, and then we'll go from there. Alright, we're still outside with this thing. We're going to wash it up a little bit. Got a SOS pad there. We're just going to get it cleaned up with an SOS pad, scrub it up real good. Get everything we can get out of them little nooks and crannies. I'm going to scrub her up good. Don't forget, we're going to be eating out of this thing. Not too long. Look at that thing. It looks brand new, Mom. Look at that thing. It looks brand new, Julie. I think I'm talking to my mom. It's heavy though. says 14 SK made in the United States. Maybe a good one, huh?
Hopefully.
Now I'll get a little Dawn dish liquid in there. This nice wet rag. Give her a good soaping up. Look at that thing. I can't believe it doesn't look like brand new. I just wonder if someone knew what they had. They was running away. It was probably too heavy for them to lift, huh?
Yeah, they are heavy. Even the small ones are heavy.
If we go camping with the kids, we're gonna need this big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I suppose you'll be cooking for everybody.
I imagine so. Boy, that's heavy. All right.
I'll have to remember that skillet when you get out of hand.
Yeah.
Conk you in the head with it.
If you can lift it.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I'm videotaping, so I got that on video.
Yeah.
Now all we gotta do is get it seasoned up and everything. All right, we got some Crisco. We're going to be using some Crisco in here. We got the oven on preheat for 375 degrees. And what we're going to do is just take some Crisco, some grease, and we're going to rub a thin layer over this whole pan. Now, I'm going to do the outside of the pan too, and the inside. We're just going to do a thin layer on this whole pan. Like I said, I'm going to do the bottom too because we wire brushed the heck out of this thing, got it cleaned up. And Julie did wash it in the sink again. So this thing should be pretty good, clean. I'm going to flip this guy over. We're going to do the bottom of her too. Just a good thin layer of oil on there, or Crisco. Got to get some lube on this thing or it's going to rust up. You don't want it to rust up. It was already rusted once. We don't want it to rust again. So we're waiting on the oven there. I'll get this thing greased up good. Okay, we got our oven on 375. We got the oil on the pan. Now when we stick this in the oven, we want to put it in the oven upside down, and we want to make sure there's aluminum foil underneath, so if anything drips, it'll drip on that aluminum foil. So just flip it over, throw it in your oven, set your timer for 1 hour, and then you want to let this thing cool down on its own until it's completely cool. Alright, our timer went off, so we're just going to leave this thing set in there all night, and we're going to let it cool on its own, and then we're going to do the process all over again. We'll wash it, and then we'll put some Crisco on it and put it back in there and do it again. Might do it 2-3 times. It just depends. We want to get a good heavy coat on there. Okay, the skillet's set in the oven all night and cooled down on its own, and Julie washed it in the sink real quick, just a quick little wash. Now we're going to do this all over again, and we're going to put it back in, and we're going to let it go one more time, at least one more time. I think will be good. And then we're going to have a nice little skillet here. This thing practically looks like it was probably when it was brand new. So we got the oven preheating. We're going to get ready to put her in there. Just going to get this stuff coated on there real good. Now you don't want this real heavy on there, so you don't have to go crazy with it. I try to put it on and then I wipe it back off. And when I do it, I like to do the whole skillet, underneath, the bottom, all of it. Now this skillet, I think I found out why they got rid of this skillet, because it's a very, very heavy skillet. Very heavy skillet. Alright, now I'll get a clean paper towel and wipe off what I can, and it'll be ready to go back in. Okay, make sure you got your aluminum foil in your oven on the bottom. We're going to flip this guy over and get it set down in there, and we're going to let it go for another hour on 375. Okay, it's been setting all night and all day now, so it's nice and cool. We're going to get the skillet out of the oven and take a look at it. And boy, does that thing look nice. Now, to me, there's only one more thing to do with this skillet. And I'll show you. Okay, now in this step right here, take you a little bit of olive oil and stick it in there, just sort of like so. And then get your stove turned on. Okay. Now you got to let that heat up a little bit. Alright, now once your oil is good and hot, you take a T-bone about this size, and then you're going to just lay it down on there. And we're going to get it at about 3 minutes on each side. And then we're going to see if this skillet's working right. Now, another very important step is in seasoning this skillet is you got to have a good steak seasoning to put on your steak. So just give you a good steak seasoning. You see it's getting down in there already. So we're going to flip that over here in a couple minutes and do the other side the same way. Okay. Now we just want to take this and make sure we move that around in a skillet. That way we get seasoning all the way around in a skillet. You guys make sure you tell your wife this is how you season a skillet. And then after you turn it over like that, get your steak seasoning again and go right over the top of it again. Just let it sit in there, and that's getting all those oils down into the skillet. Okay, the last step for this thing is to get you some good fine china, and then you put it on your plate. And we're going to turn the skillet down and let it cool. Well, that's how you season a skillet. We took that skillet from an old rusty old pan out in the garage, did everything we had to do, and now we can cook with it and eat some good food. And don't you guys forget, part of your seasoning the skillet is this big steak. You get a steak for doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment if you like. Till next time.